Right, so I've got some lovely green thread here, 3 strands. I've just threaded a needle and tied a little knot in the end and trimmed the excess as usual. Okay, today we're going to learn how to do a fern stitch, which is a really lovely decorative stitch. You can add it to lots of different things. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring my needle up through the fabric and then push it back through a little way along. I think I've made a stitch that's about 1 centimetre long roughly. It's just a straight stitch essentially at this stage. You could do it a little bit smaller if you wanted. I'm just doing it that size so that you can see it here. Okay, now what you need to do to make the ferns is, as you can see, I'm coming up through the fabric sort of on a level where that first stitch ended. Okay, because we want the leaves to sort of be the same sort of size as that. And then I'm just going to go back down diagonally right where I started my first stitch. So you can see I've got that sort of shape. And then I'm going to repeat it underneath. Okay, so we're going down the sort of same length as the stitch and then coming back through there. So we get that sort of little, it's like a little bird's foot at the moment, isn't it, I suppose. And then we're going to work to the left now. So we're basically going to do that again. So I'm starting with that horizontal stitch. It's exactly the same size as the first one. And where it ends on the right, I'm going to come up above there. I'm going to try and keep them nice and level. So it's on a level horizontally where that other diagonal stitch is. And then I'm going to put the one at the bottom as well. There we go. Okay. So this is actually my first time doing fern stitch ever. I'm doing it on record on the video for you here. I said I was going to make it real for you. This is a new stitch for me this week. And it's actually really nice to do. It builds up quite quickly. I'm just doing this by eye here, but if you wanted to draw something in just to help, then that's absolutely fine. There we go. I'm just going to go back in where that first stitch started. And it's building up really nicely. I like it. I'm not entirely sure I went exactly underneath the end of the first stitch there, but it doesn't matter. It still looks really nice. So that's just going to build up and build up. So we've got a lovely little fern pattern. There we are. You need to make sure that those stitches are going right back in where you started, okay, so that there's a nice continuous line on our fern stitch, and that's what it looks like on the back. That's really pretty. I like that. You could do it round in a circle, and actually if you have a look at this week's project, I'll show you how. That's a lovely stitch. I think it's going to be useful for lots of different things. Okay, let's just tie off at the back, and you can see that I'm not in the middle there, so it won't be seen. Trim the excess, and there we go, fern stitch.